All right, here we go. Welcome back. This is a thing I burned in yesterday on that stool that I sanded off a couple of days ago. So today I'm just going to put some teak oil on it, as long as the camera holds out and doesn't fall over, which it very likely will today, no doubt. If I bump it, I know it will. So we're going to try to put some teak oil on this, and we'll see how it does. I don't know, because this stool rocks. Yep. So I don't know. We'll see. Camera could go off. The likely to fall over because it's top heavy with the electrical cables I've got I've got wrapped around it. I don't know. Don't really have a plan where to put the teak oil on this, except I'm going to highlight some of the objects on here and then go from there. This wood is really hard to, whatever this stool's probably made out of oak. It is. I sanded the varnish off of it, or whatever they had on it. So it's not that. It's just the wood is very dense. So it's probably oak. So we'll see. We'll see. And this brush is the one I used, and it is really worthless today. There's no flexibility. It's just about like a stick. We're going to waste another brush on this oil, so I'm using the same one that I used on that other piece. And it is stiff. I'm hoping the oil itself will loosen it up, but I don't know. So I'm just I'm gonna go around these objects and highlight them and see what that looks like. Then we'll go on from there. Yeah. This again is from another old sketch that I had, probably 2013 or 14, I think. I guess I did a painting of this long ago, around that same time period, I guess. I think it was acrylic. I don't have it on the wall. No, I don't know what I do with it. Somewhere in a bag or something, probably. Or I may have given it to my daughter. I don't remember. It's not exactly like this. I did the painting of the main thing here that covered the entire canvas. I didn't have the little butterflies around the edge. I did that for the stool. I figured I'd put something around the edge of it. I don't know. Passes time. Like I said, all this stuff does. It just passes time. Not Michelangelo. But I don't know when I'm going to get some of that polyurethane mix. I'll put that on top of this. It won't look like it should until I get that polyurethane on here, and then it'll be its optimal. I ain't saying it's going to be great, but it'll look much better when I get that polyurethane on there. It'll look like something you might want to buy or so. Love that polyurethane. Not cheap, but that's the reason. Polyurethane brings this stuff out, makes it stand out. Been meaning to build a bar in my garage and never have. Do some wood burns, and wood burns on it was what I had planned, and then put that polyurethane over it. Makes for a nice bar. Sure does. Well, I guess this brush, for all its flaws, might make it through this for this purpose anyway. I better check to see if the camera's still on. Yeah, so far. Now let's gotta avoid bumping it. Yeah. Teak oil. Very nice. Very nice. Need to open my window a little bit. I've got so many wires strung in here, I don't think I'm going to get up and do it. I shouldn't be using this with the windows closed. Yeah, we're getting, once I get around these objects, then we'll see what else to do with it. When I did the oil painting, of course, there was multiple colors in there and made everything look as you would expect it to, I guess. This, I'm going to have to use it. These are different colors, were different colors in the painting. Okay, I dropped a drop of that on there, which I didn't mean to do, but it's all right. It'll be covered by urethane anyway when I finally get some. But get too big a hurry is what I do. Get in too big a hurry. Because I'm not doing it for somebody else, that's why. It shouldn't matter, but it does. It's like, that's mine, I don't care. Oops, yeah, get that stuff. I don't want, try to keep from getting this stuff on my skin. It is not good for you. It is not. Oh, man, okay. Here we go. Try not to make these videos run too long. Yes, wood's very hard. Very dense. Must be oak. No, not necessarily, but definitely a hard wood. I guess it'd have to be a stool. Yes, I don't know how far. After we get everything outlined, background, we'll see where else to do. Oh, it is soaking in though. Yeah, it's starting. It is more porous than I thought. It's starting to soak in around the edges. I didn't expect that. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, so it's more porous in spots. Didn't expect that. You can see around the legs right there. I did not expect that. Did not expect that. So I'm gonna have to. I'll have to do something to make that look like I did it on purpose, which I didn't. That's one of the things, you know. That's one of the things right there. Now see if this was a job I was doing for somebody, and well, of course, unless they specified not to do that, that'd be okay. But if they had agreed, if I had agreed to something that, right, well, where this would all be white, that'd just be out. You know, one reason I don't do any kind of commission work or anything like that. People, if they want my stuff, fine, I'll sell it to them. If they don't, that's also fine, but I don't do commission work. You got to do it like they want it. You mess it up, you're out money. Like, nah, I don't need that. I don't need that kind of headache. So I just do things, and if people want it, that's fine. I'll sell it to them. The career part of my life is over anyway, and it wasn't art. It wasn't art, so as you can probably tell, obviously it wasn't. So let's see. See, I'd like to turn this table right now, but I got the camera set up. If I move it, it's going to fall over. So I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to work around this. I am going to need to open a window though. So that's what I'm going. I've got to open a window. This fumes. I can't smell because I had a stroke, but I can tell. I can tell by my how it feels that there's too many fumes in here. do that. This door. This door. There we go. Hopefully, we'll get some air circulating through here. This stuff is very strong. Yeah, as I mentioned in every one of these videos, this teak oil is great, but it's hazardous, carcinogenic, and highly flammable, and toxic fumes. It's just an all-around something that you got to handle with common sense. Of course, like, you know. So I try to keep from getting it on my skin. Definitely try to keep from breathing the fumes too much. But where I'm working at, it's in a small space inside a house, which is not. Of course, I don't have any kids or anything, and I try to keep it ventilated. But yeah, it's those safety warnings. I'm not much on safety warnings unless it's a real deal, a real honest, no doubt threat. And this stuff is if you mishandle it. Yeah, I don't know. I may wind up after all this just painting this crap all over this. I don't know. I may. Who knows? We'll see. If it doesn't look right, just right to me, I will. It wasn't a plan when I set out to do it. I thought, well, I'll just highlight the subjects and try to make them light, which so far I'll do. The polyurethane, well, when I finally get that, of course, maybe I'll do a video when I get a hold of that. I don't know. I think I'm about ready to can all this video stuff anyway. No, there's not that many people interested in it. I do it because it makes me get up here and work, is what it does. Main reason I do it. I don't make any money off of it, that's for sure. But it makes me get up here and work. Helps get my mind off of things. Main reason. There's just not that many people, especially nowadays. You got AI, you got all this other crap. People are not interested in any kind of human endeavors. Long after I'm dead, they will. Mark my words, though. Not in my stuff, but I'm saying they'll be wanting things made by humans. It'll be in high demand years after I'm gone. People will tire of this AI. That's my prophecy. People will tire of this AI very, very quickly, and will want things done by humans. It will be in high demand, as I believe. Everything swings back and forth, you know. We're already beginning to see it. I mean, in the auto world, I mean, myself, I can speak for myself and probably a lot of people my age, but You couldn't give me a new car. One of a 2026, you couldn't give me one. Worthless. I mean, you got, they shut off on their own. I rent cars on occasion to go places in the state, and I rented a car to go to Atlanta not too long, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It was a 2026 Ford Mustang. Worthless. I mean, worthless. You couldn't give me that car. It was a Ford Mustang convertible, 2026, and you could not give me that vehicle. And all that electronic automatic bullshit in it, it would shut off when it wanted to, which was extremely annoying. It would just shut off, and then restart when you move your foot from the brake pedal, which is, the wear and tear on the starter alone. I mean, it's just common sense if you know anything about mechanics. It's just it's an ignorant engineering idea, just so they can use it in an advertisement as some kind of safety feature or fuel saving feature. It's just something that's going to cost you money, if you bought one of those down the line, because your starter's going to wear out, for one, and everything associated with it, flywheels, it's just ignorant. You couldn't give me one of those. Lady asked me when I got back, "What do you think about that car?" That's exactly what I told her. I said, "Well, you couldn't give it to me. You could not give it to me. I would not take it." And I meant it. I meant it. I mean, if you give it to me, I'd turn around and sell it to somebody, but I wouldn't keep it. No. For real. Oh my, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go, so we're just going to do this. Let's see. Oh my. Yeah, I can feel these fumes. I can feel these fumes. Got a headache. All right, so. Yeah, we'll try to make this look like we did it on purpose. We'll try to make it look like we did it on purpose. That's what we'll try to do. We can do it on purpose, but we're going to try. There we go. Let's just put some up here too. Why not? Let's put some up here in our hair. Darken that up. Let's darken that up. Let's darken that up. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if this camera's still on or not. I'll check it in a second. Hmm. Yeah, let's see what we're doing here. Let's see. Mhm. Okay, now let's do that. Let's put some on these dots. Let's do this. Let's do this. Put some on these dots. Ooh, too much, too much. It's all right. It's all right. That is okay. We're just going to do this. We don't care. We don't care how it gets as long as it's not one solid line. We'll just do this. This will add. Now, as you will see if you around when I finally get that polyurethane. Once I put that stuff on here, things will start to look way better. You know, doesn't create magic, but it sure makes things look better. Yeah, some of that soaking into these butterflies anyway, so I don't hardly need to do any of those dots on there, so I won't. So we're gonna let that be right there. We are going to let that be, and I'm going to put this over here on this table so I can knock it over and all right, so let me see. All right, so where are we at here? We're at 27 minutes. All right, hang on one second. We're going to do this here. All right, so we'll just call that one Teak Oil B, I think. I don't know, it may be kind of a long name. Yeah, Teak Oil B, I guess, because it's going to be one video. And we'll let that thing dry off and we'll let it be until sometime in a future date I get some polyurethane, and maybe we'll come back to that and you can remember it. All right, thanks for stopping in. We'll catch you on the next one.